Hey, church family. Welcome to another TFBC Stories. This is just an opportunity for us to get to know each other more. And today we have the privilege of getting to know a really sweet couple, Brook and Jonathan Rodriguez. Hi, guys. So glad you're here. Jonathan is a firefighter and Brook is a second grade teacher. They both dearly love each other and they love the Lord. So Jonathan, let me hear from you first. How did you come to know who Jesus Christ is?
I came to know Jesus. Well, I was born in a Christian home, but around 7 years old, that's when I gave my life to Christ. And then about, 14 is when I really chose to, prioritize my life with Jesus and just make my parents' God my God. And that's when I really felt like that was a huge shift for me versus just when I was a kid, I was just following, what I see my parents do, but around 14 is when I really decided to make a change.
Yeah, every kid at some point, if they grow up in a Christian home, at some point they need to make it, like you said, you made their God your God, right? Brooke, how about you? Do you have a similar story to tell?
Yeah, my story's kind of similar. Grew up in the church, and it's kind of the same thing. When I was a teenager, I decided to have my own relationship with God rather than just follow what my parents do. Yeah.
You have a really special grandma who goes to our church. Who is she?
I call her Grandma Sparkles. You probably know her as Karen Grant.
Karen Grant. Yep. Some people know her as Sparkles.
Yes.
She sparkles.
She
that's
was
for
a huge
sure.
influence on just seeing the personal relationship that's you're meant to have with Jesus, and rather than a religion, but more of a friend.
Yeah. Amen. It's a relationship, right?
Yes, yep. Relationship.
So you guys met during COVID. We were talking off screen and we were talking about how they met. You guys met during COVID, and pretty quickly early on realized, we want to seal this deal. So Jonathan, you were watching a movie, and what happened while you were watching this movie with your girlfriend?
Well, there's a clip of the movie La La Land where the guy gets to, get a glimpse of what his life would look like with the person that he, envisioned his future with. And I thought like, man, this is something that, can happen to me. Rather take advantage of this opportunity because it's only like once in a lifetime thing. So yeah, I decided to go ahead and make it official with Brook and move forward from there. I saw a future with her.
Now, we know that boys cannot just demand marriages, so I'm sure you asked her.
Yeah.
And Brook, was it a yes or a no, and was it easier or hard?
It was a really easy yes. I had heard that if you can swap that verse in the Bible about love is patient, love is kind, and the whole thing with their name,
yep,
that's a green flag. So.
Yay.
And I could really easily. I didn't have to. What's the word? I'm losing the word. I didn't have to question.
It wasn't even a sweat.
Yeah, it was just like, oh yeah, he fits all of these things. It's a really easy choice.
And you guys have been married for about 3 years now. You got married in 2023, and you have not just one, but 2 kids under 2 years old. Is that right?
Yes. Zach is 1.5, and Melody is 8 months old.
Wow, that's awesome. So, Brook and Jonathan, you guys have these 2 little babies, and what has impressed me most, and this is why we're doing this interview, is you continue to prioritize your relationship with the Lord, and you've invited your children into that walk with the Lord as well from a young age. Why is it so important to both of you that your children know from a very young age, even as babies, that it's important to walk with Christ?
Well, for us, prioritizing what is most important is what we emphasize in our family. Whether, sometimes we don't have the luxury of having the most time together. And so making sure that our kids know what is important, like, saying a prayer at night or making church a priority as well. Just setting those examples for them is huge. Mm-hmm. And I think that's something we've been working on towards this couple of years. And I feel really, really happy about that.
Yeah, the Bible talks about the importance of like you said, a routine, mm-hmm. or what I would call a spiritual rhythm in our home. And it's actually found in the Old Testament, and it's Deuteronomy chapter 6. This is known as the Shema. It's really God's command to the Israelites that they would teach the next generation. And let me just read it to you as just an encouragement. You guys are already doing such a great job with this. And my encouragement to you as your pastor is keep going. It's going to be tempting. The busier you get, the older kids you get, and maybe more kids that come your way. It's going to be tempting. You never know, but it'll be tempting to draw back. And I want you to keep having Christ be the priority of your life. So it's Deuteronomy chapter 6, starting in verse 4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. These commandments that I give you today are to be on your hearts. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home, and when you walk along the road, and when you lie down, and when you get up. Using every opportunity you can to bring Christ to your kids. And I'm so thankful for the way that you do that. You guys are really busy. You continue to serve the Lord, and you continue to worship Him. I'm so thankful for both of you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that's our TFBC stories for this week. Bryce, let's go back to some worship.